Buster's bath has one of the cutest moments in it. In fact, it's going to be the thumbnail for this because I could not resist. It is, of course, Pooh Bear holding up Piglet and giving him a hug. It is adorable. The episode is actually about Buster, needless to say. This is the first segment of the 22nd episode of the first season of My Friends Tigger and Pooh. And in this one, Buster gets very, very muddy. So he needs to have a bath, but unfortunately he doesn't want to have a bath. And there's a moment where Darcy tells Pooh Bear he doesn't even like the word bath. And Pooh Bear just says, bath, and Buster whimpers and is not happy, and it's very adorable. And throughout the episode they try and find ways to give Buster his bath. Now, I don't love the outcome of this, and I will in a moment with a spoiler warning explain why that is and why I think it should have been a different ending. But that aside, I thought this was a really sweet episode, absolutely adorable. Muddy Buster looked brilliant. The animation for this is fabulous. We have pretty much all of the main characters coming together to try and problem solve, and they each come up with ways that they like to bath and potential solutions that might work. But whether or not any of their solutions work, I won't say just now, but I will in a little bit. I thought this was absolutely adorable. The characters are great. The moment with Pooh Bear holding up Piglet, Piglet just kind of skipped, half ran over to him, and he scooped him up, and it was adorable. I'm spending too much time on this brief moment, but I honestly found it to be very, very sweet. And it was great to see everybody working together, trying to find a solution for Buster to get all clean again. And I have to say, it might be one of my favourites so far, even though I don't love the resolution. I do think the actual narrative itself, the pacing of the narrative, the events that unfolded, I rather enjoyed. So it could be a potential favourite. So I will now explain what the resolution is. And on the one hand, I do like the message. Eeyore in particular delivers a good message, but I don't think it's the best way to conclude this story. So, of course, spoilers from now. None of the techniques work. And in the end, it starts to rain. And that's how Buster becomes clean, because he's out in the rain and the rain washes the mud off. But I don't like this for two reasons. One, rainwater might not be the cleanest, particularly if it's making the ground muddy. Rain does make things more muddy, so I feel like sending a dog outside in the rain to get clean isn't actually going to get them clean, depending, of course, on what the ground is like. But if it's a grassy area, it's probably not going to get them clean. The other reason I didn't like it is because it's not really practical. A lot of dogs do have baths, and I'm sure a lot of dog owners find ways to give their dogs baths when the dog maybe doesn't like it, and none of the techniques in this that they present, such as finding a toy that they all liked, they wanted to find a toy for Buster, they could actually work. And I think that they could be techniques that people could try. But the episode is kind of suggesting that those techniques don't work, which is not always going to be the case. And a lot of them are actually more practical than sending your dog out in the rain. So I didn't love the way it went. I didn't think it was the most helpful. And obviously, I assume that the adults who own the dog are not going to be watching this for advice on how to wash their dog. But at the same time, children are going to be involved in caring for their pets, and if their solution is to send the dog out in the rain, it might have some negative outcomes. So I didn't love it. But Eeyore, at the end, did say, "A little rain never hurt anybody." And I think that that's a great message, particularly for young children, or anybody, I guess, who maybe don't like being out in the rain. I imagine there will be some young children who don't like the rain and they don't want to go out in it, but by Eeyore saying that actually a little rain never hurt anybody, that's a good message. So I didn't mind that. I didn't think it was the best possible outcome, but aside from that, I rather enjoyed it, and as I said, it still might be one of my favourites. Buster's Bath is a really sweet episode.